Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Wednesday. I can't believe it. Jeez Louise, time is going so fast. So one of my goals is, I'm going to tell you guys, to not be all up in this camera. So if you see me like lean in so close, please say, Dee Dee, lean back, lean back, lean back. I want to lean back today. Geez, Louise, I'm trying to get out of being up so close and personal. I don't know. It's just a thing of mine. So anyway, it is Wednesday. I want to know, how is your week going? This is kind of like a midweek check-in, but we are talking about the comparison of it all today. I'm pretty excited because I just have gotten so many comments just over the course of my 2 years being a content creator on this GLP-1 health journey and the weight loss journey. And a lot of what I hear people saying is, I'm only losing this and I'm only losing that. And they're saying only because the expectation is that you should be losing 10, 15, 12, 14, anywhere in those amount of pounds per month. And some people are, and that's okay. But most people are not, and that's okay too. But I think what happens is people, not only that expectation that you should be losing more, but from what I'm hearing, people are comparing themselves to other people. And, I'm not gonna act like I've never done that. I have done that. And I talk about this, kind of like an aha moment in my latest video where I talk about when I realized, like, why am I comparing myself? And I was comparing myself to like younger women. That's the thing. I was comparing myself to women that were much younger than me. And, it was just like, why am I doing that to myself? So, geez Louise, not for nothing. I learned not to do that. And I haven't looked back since. And I always say, I think comparison is okay if you can use it and it can inspire you, right? And not a lot of us can do that. If you can use it for good, like how you tell people, I tell certain, students I've had in the past who have a great influence on people and they may not be making the right decision. I say, use your powers for good. So I think the comparison is kind of the same way, but we're going to talk people through it, right? Because most people don't go from A to Z. They're somewhere in between. They just kind of have to get there. And, I'm one of those people with this, the weight loss of it all. I'm not going from A to Z. I'm just kind of like going along, normal and steady, slow and steady. I'm calling it normal and steady now. All right. So let's see who's up in the chat. And then we're going to get started. Our topic today is, I'm going to put it up there. I like to keep myself organized. And while I'm going in the chat, I want you guys to, I have a question for you. And then the fabulous moderator extraordinaire, Mayo, if you can put in the chat the medical disclaimer. I have one, but yours is so detailed. I want to put that one in there. I want to put the one in there that's very detailed. And then, I'll post that up. But, the title tonight is You're Not Behind on GLP-1. Comparison is lying to you. And that is what's happening. This comparison has really gotten people duped into thinking that they're failing, they're behind. And so we're going to talk about it. Are you failing? Are you behind? And, why are we letting comparison really get us down? And I think when you're on any kind of health journey, it's easy to get distracted, right? You get distracted by, all the things that you should be doing and you're not. You're focused in on that. You could be distracted by friends and family. You could be distracted by, emotional type of things. And so the comparison, nobody has time for that, right? So we want to really talk about that. So I'm going to go in the chat really quick and say hello to everybody. I'm going to try to get through this chat really quickly. I'm going to give you a quick shout out. And then I want to get right into our topic. And I brought a video to share. So I'm going to show you a video. This is one of my favorite parts of this video I'm going to share with you tonight. So if you haven't seen one of my latest videos, this is kind of like a sneak peek. But so it's something that relates to what we're talking about tonight. And you know what? Not for nothing, I am not a pink girl, but I think I look good in pink. Look at the nails, the blazer. I just love it. It reminds me of my mom. My mom was a pink lady. I'm more of a red lady, but pink is pink and red are in the same family, right? So I mean, it just works, doesn't it? I was gonna put on some pink lipstick, but I thought pink on pink on pink is not like black on black on black. Yeah, just can't always do it. And then my glasses have a little pink. Look, my bracelet. Jeez Louise. All right. I just noticed that for myself. Okay. All right. And you see how I could get distracted up in here. All right. So, Mail to the Bee. She says, hello, good evening, Didi and friends. Happy hump day. Please like and share the live stream as you enter. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. We love that. Don't forget to subscribe. I've already feel myself sitting all up in the camera. So I'm trying to move back, lean back. All right, so Mel, I don't know if can I copy this? It won't let me copy it. I was trying to copy something, but I can't copy a comment. But anyway, so if you're reading this, Mel says, and you are in the mobile adapted chat, please join us in the standard chat. Okay, all right, very good. Do we have people, Mel, over in that mobile chat? We got Keisha. How are you, Keisha? Nora's here. Never fear. Nora's here. We love that. We got the real MVP. How are you? She says, hey, Didi, Divalicious fam. She hope everyone is having a great week, good week. We love that. Kim, how are you? She says, good evening, Didi. Milk to the Bee in the chat. Chi, how are you? How are you? We got Sweet Bee. How are you, Sweet Bee? We got Nancy. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see. I'm scrolling. I see some people twice. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Okay, people are saying hello to each other. Ooh, who do we have? We got oh, thank you. She says pretty in pink. Hold up, wait a minute. I missed my girl Tanya. How are you, Tanya? Tanya Thompson. How are you? She says, hey, listen at work. I love that. All right. We got Vivi, Life of Vivi. How are you, girl? Look at that profile pic. Jeez Louise. I love a good profile pic. You're looking good. I can't tell how your shirt is, but it all works. I love it. It's super cute. All right. Welcome. I don't think you've ever been in my live stream before. Maybe you were in the bushes, huh? But welcome. Good to have you here. All right, so she's saying hello to some people. Shara, how are you? Okay. Oh, Rita. Rita. I love you. Jeez Louise, we got to catch up. When my school year is over, we're going to catch up. All right. Oh, somebody the first time being here. Wait a minute. Look how cute you are. Angela Anderson. Oh, my gosh. Look at your glamour shot. I'm loving it. The hair is so super cute. I just love a good updo. All right. Very good. Hold up. We got my guy, Round Mound. How are you? He says, hello, beautiful people. Okay, so this is the medical disclaimer. I'm going to be putting that up. If I forget, Mel, remind me from time to time, because I want to make sure I have that up and moving. Wait a minute, my girl, Michelle. How are you? Frankly, Michelle, how are you? All right, so before we get started and diving into this topic, because this is the slow responder, slow and steady, normal but steady. This is that whole conversation about people feeling like they're behind because they're moving slow. And then you're comparing your weight at times to other people. And we're going to dive into that. Before we do that, though, and here's the thumbnail I have up here. Falling behind, you see somebody that's 60 pounds down. You see somebody else that lost 14 pounds in a month. And a lot of the newbies, now some of you guys are seasoned in here, right? Seasoned, and so that the weight loss can start off fast and then eventually it slows down. But newbies are coming in. They're telling me in these comments and they're thinking, why am I not losing 14 pounds? The girl around the corner and up the street has lost 14 pounds and I've only lost 2 or 3. And so people are panicked because they're wondering what is going on. And then I think, of course, when you watch that social media, you can think so too. And I'm going to be honest. Now, you tell me in the chat. I want to know in the chat, when you first started this GLP-1, be honest, was your expectation that you were going to lose quickly, super quick? So I would say quickly is, 8 to 10 pounds on a month, because that's getting past that normal range. 2 to 5 pounds, 0.5 to 2 pounds a week is normal, right? And then so 8 is on that higher end for the month. But did you think you would lose past that? And did you think it would keep going? And I'm going to tell you, I did. I really thought that. I thought, geez, Louise, I am going to be slim by the summer. And I started in February. Now, my face was slim. I was slimming down. But as you can see, I'm still juicy. I still got a long way to go. So, yeah, it slows down. I mean, we got to know how to handle it when it slows down. So, but, back to that question I asked you guys, who had the expectation that they were going to lose super fast? That's what I want to know. So, before we, while you guys are answering that, I see Nora answered in the chat. Before you guys answer that, I want to just celebrate real quick for myself. I love to give some good confetti, but I'm going to give myself some confetti and give you guys some confetti, because guess what? We're at 6,300 subscribers. I love that. I love that. So let me give myself some confetti over here. Geez, Louise, I don't think I've given myself confetti in a long time. But this confetti is not just for me. This is for all of us. Geez, Louise. I mean, oh my goodness. Doesn't it feel like I was just saying, thank you for getting us to 5K. Remember, I had the 5K up on the last live. So since last Wednesday, I not only moved past that 5K, I'm at 6,300. So look how fast that happened. I'm just so thankful, so, honored, and so blessed that you guys are, here showing up and showing out with me. I love that. And then the last thing I want to tell you guys is, some people were telling me last week when I said, guess who I interviewed? I do have an interview series. I don't interview everybody and every week and all that. I interview based on how it's fitting into my channel. And if it's somebody I'm watching and I can relate to, or, just somebody that, I've wanted to talk to for a long time. And a lot of times what happened is somebody, I say, okay, I want to talk to that person. Then I see they do an interview and I think like, okay, I'm going to wait it out, because I just want my interviews to be like fresh and kind of new. So anyway, everybody has their own style when they're interviewing people. There's that, right? And I think I have my own unique style. But Dr. Bobby, if you guys know, I love some Dr. Bobby, right? She used to come in my live streams when she first started, and she would be up in the live streams. Remember, we were doing those Friday lives. If anybody who rocks with me for, this going into 2 years now, she used to come to the Friday live. When I was live, she was coming to all of them. I was live on Sunday, I was live on Wednesday, and I was live on Friday. And she would come to that Friday live, and she was live. She had such a great sense of humor. She just was, this a girl's girl. I just love her. And so we've kept a friendship, over time. She's done some menopause stuff with me. We're going to be doing stuff in the future, but not for nothing. You guys are watching that video. That video has almost 19,000 views in 4 days. People are checking us out. I said, who knew the duo that you didn't know you needed? So when I first saw that, I was like, I'm going to call it Salt and Pepper, but I can't, because that's what I call myself and Allie, Fit Flavor Fun. Allie and I, we haven't gotten together in a long time, but we plan on doing more things together. But Dr. Bobby and I, people just love the combo. So I just love that. So if you haven't gone to watch that video, go and check it out. I have so many comments. I kind of thought I was catching up with the comments last night, and then I got even more comments. But if you are a lady of a certain age, I'm 53, and Dr. Bobby is 50 plus, and over on her channel, she talks about menopause a lot and how that GLP-1, came in and helped her lose that menopause weight. And I was perimenopausal into menopause, and the GLP-1 came and helped me out. But you guys know, I have also been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. So my weight loss struggles go deep, deeper. And so, I just have a lot of things going on. Now, thank God my A1C is normal, but I'm still working on the weight loss of it all. But menopause still is playing a part in that. I'm taking HRT. I've gotten, some estrogen going on. I have some progesterone I'm taking to help control my hormones. And that has, really just kind of stabilized things as far as the symptoms. It hasn't really accelerated my weight loss. And a couple of my friends had told me who were taking, HRT that, their doctor had already warned them it's not necessarily going to help you lose weight. So if that's what you're thinking, that's not just kind of like these GLP-1s going up on the dose. You think you go up on the dose, more weight loss? Well, not so much. So it's kind of like this HRT. So I am going to be having a panel again. So I know that was a popular thing, a panel that we were doing with Dr. Bobby did one of my menopause panels. Lorraine from the Downsizing, we have to reunite again and get her back on here. We got to get Simply Taisha back on here, Mel to the B back on here. And we're going to be talking more about menopause and HRT and how that all plays into our, health. And not for nothing, not just weight loss. This goes beyond weight loss. If you're a woman of a certain age, or if you're in your 40s going into your 50s, actually you could start menopause. You could be medically, surgically kicked into menopause in your 30s. I know somebody it wasn't even a medical reason. The lady I work with, she actually went into menopause in her 30s. So, it could happen. So don't just think like, oh, I'm 30, I don't have to worry about it. Well, it could be you. You could be somebody who would need, to work on that. You could be going through menopause and menopause, perimenopause, and not even know it. So, okay, I see Vivi says she's dealing with perimenopause now. Okay, very good. So we're going to be talking more about that, and, talk to your doctor, Vivi. Hopefully, you got to find a good doctor, though. What I've been learning with my experience is every doctor is not the same. Some of them embrace the whole perimenopause, menopause, and some of them dismiss it. So I think it's best to find like a specialist, like somebody who specializes in menopause, somebody who specializes in women's health. That's your best way to go if you can find a great doctor. And I just got off on the tangent, but that's okay. We're going to get back focused. But hold up. Wait a minute. Mel to the B with the super chat. Okay, Mel, what is Mel saying? Okay, Mel says, oh, congratulations, my friend. I'm thrilled for you. I'm so happy to have been a part of your journey to 6,300. I'm proud of you. Oh, I love that. Love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's give Mel a thank you. I appreciate that. Mel to the B. It has just been a pleasure. And you guys know, it's the teacher in me. I'm so organized. I like things a certain way. So, and that has really helped me on my YouTube journey. That's really helped me to be consistent and to keep things going. So I never thought I would make it to 10,000 subscribers, but maybe one day I will. Maybe one day. You guys know I'm retiring soon. I'm down to my last 4 or 5 days of work now. And, when I have more time on my hands, I don't know. Oh, thank you. My daughter brought my other BFF besides her and my water bottle. But thank you. But, I'm going to have time on my hands. So I have to decide what I'm going to do and how I'm going to, use that extra time. Yeah, time has flown by. Yes, yes. Oh, Nora, you said 1 whole year without the flow. Jeez, Louie. I'm gonna give you some confetti for that. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. I'm telling you, that is the best thing. I thought, that when I, came into the whole menopause of it all, honestly, I was excited. No more cycles. I mean, geez Louise, I'm going to tell you, I saved money because you got to, when you're having a cycle, I do buy stuff for it, right? To help it. I don't have to buy that. I just feel cleaner. You know what I'm saying? If you're a female, you know what I'm saying. I feel like, it's just, I feel cleaner and I just feel so free without the cycle. So yeah, so it's not so bad. People make it seem like when you no longer have a cycle, that something is just so wrong with you. That is not true. That is not true. Actually, it's like a freedom. I feel like a grown, and I don't even curse, but a blank blank woman. I feel grown, honey, because I'm not having those cycles. I just love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what are you guys saying? So I said Vivi said she was in perimenopause, and then we got Nora, who says she's officially 1 whole year. Jeez Louise. All right. My weight loss twin, Bellflower. She says, Happy Wednesday, twin. And chat, congrats on 6K. You deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to tell you guys, I mean, not for nothing. Look at these two ladies. She says, copy them. I'm going to tell you guys, these two ladies are just like the best, the best mods a girl can have. I have these girls, these ladies have been mods for a long time. They're so awesome. You guys see how awesome they are out in these YouTube streets, but I get to see how awesome they are even behind the scenes. So I just love that they're holding me down. It's just a friendship. Who knew you would meet real friends on YouTube, right? I never thought I would. So I'm excited about that. I didn't come into it thinking I was going to, build some friendships, but it's great when you do. So we just love that. We love that. We love that. All right. So Male to the B. I always tell people Male is like my resident, menopause expert lady. So Mel is in there dropping gems, I'm sure. Okay, so let's get to the topic at hand. Back to the topic at hand. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to go back up because I did ask you a question. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys, this is what I want people to know is that when you're comparing yourself in anything you're doing in life, like if you're a content creator, you're comparing your channel to my channel, I'm comparing my channel to Bobby's channel, you're comparing your channel to anybody's channel. I think Anissa is in here. I thought I saw Anissa. If I'm comparing myself to her, my girl Jo, she started off on my channel, you guys embraced her on my channel, and she took off way beyond me. And so, you can't compare yourself. Everybody is different. Everybody's bodies is different. Everybody's content creation is different. Everybody's journey is different. And I think you have to embrace your flaws, right? And you have to embrace your strengths and go with that. Because my strength is not going to be the same thing as your strength. And what people love about me, they might not love about you. Or what people love about you, they might not love about me. So I just think that we just have to stop comparing ourselves in everything we do and just focus and use it as inspiration. You don't know how many people have told me, like, I cannot believe you can retire at 53. And people have said to me, instead of, saying, oh, she's this, she's that, people have said, how did you do it? Can you show me some of the things you did? How can you get there? Right. So I just think that's an inspiration. Like, let that be an inspiration. Like, wow, she retired at 53. And I had somebody I looked at when they retired, and I want to say they were 51. That at that time they could retire. I really should have been retired at 50, but they changed my retirement age. And that's why I'm retiring at 53. But this person retired, I know, at 50. And it's a male, and he's living his best life right now. He's been retired for, I want to say, 13 years now. And that was my inspiration. And I could have been comparing myself and making myself feel, bad about this, that, and the other. But I said, I'm going to use that as motivation. So that's what I think we should do when it comes to, what's going on with the comparison. So, of course, I want to know from you guys. Oh, I did see Anissa in here. I want to know from you guys, have you compared yourself on your journey at all? And did you let it distract you? And what about people in maintenance? Because people in maintenance have obviously made it through some things, right, to get to maintenance. So Mel and Bellflower, Round Mound, I know you guys are all in maintenance. Did you compare yourself when you were in maintenance? I mean, before you got to maintenance, Bellflower, you guys, were you comparing, looking at other people? Did you think you were going to lose fast? So Rita says, so Nora says, yes, I was. Thank you for being honest. Okay, because I can relate. Rita says, yes, I was looking for fast results, but I didn't realize all my hormonal issues would be the culprit to slow things down. Absolutely. And Vivi says, right. Okay, so she can relate too. Okay, Michelle said, I didn't think I would lose anything. I would be the person it would not work on. I was wrong. Yes. You know what? I thought that was a doubt that I had in my mind too. So Angela says no. Okay. All right. Very good, Angela. All right. Thank you, Keisha. Vivi says, I didn't know what to expect. I was just hoping it works. Very good. Very good. Yeah, and I felt that too, but I also had like a little doubt in the back of my head, you know. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. I certainly was hoping for faster results, but I'm leaning into acceptance. Very good. Hey, Anissa, I thought I saw you in there. Okay. So Cheryl says she can't wait to start. Are you talking about the GLP-1 or are you talking about HRT? I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it's GLP-1, but I don't know. Hello, how are you? I'm glad you stopped in. Look at you. You know, this is so funny. Is your name pronounced Kanata? Quinata? Well, I'm going to tell you, my daughter tried to cut bangs into her hair. If you guys have seen my daughter, you know she has long hair and she has that curly hair and she tried to cut some bangs. And this is what some bangs should look like. All right. Liv, are you still up? Because I want you to see this lady's bangs. This is what your bangs should be looking like. She done tried to cut bangs in her hair. Jeez Louise. You want to see some cute bangs? Come if you're still up. Okay. Let's see. All right, Tracy. Tracy, how are you? I'm glad you're back. We missed you too. Okay, my daughter, Quinata. I don't hope I spelled saying your name right. Quinata. Can I just call you Kay? Okay, all right. Let's see. Dr. Bobby is cool like a brick. Dr. Bobby is cool. She is super cool. Okay. You said 19K. Oh, you're big time. Yes. And I have another video how about from like maybe it's been 3 or 4 weeks that said 28K. It's gonna be at 30K. I'm so proud of myself. I want to say it's been like 3 weeks ago. Or not even 4. And so, you know, I'm excited about that. I think that's super fast. Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah, I got some good momentum going. I got to keep it going. Oh, you're 53 too. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. You said way beyond weight loss. Don't get me started. Okay. So Cheryl, you think it's menopause? Yeah, Vivi has to come to one of our lives. We're going to be getting that for the menopause of it all this summer. We're going to get that group back. Mel, geez, Louise, since your 30s, honey. Oh my God, freedom. Jeez, Louise. Okay, I love that. You versus you. Very good. I love that for you. Let's see. Tanya says, I definitely thought I would lose quickly. It's been slower and steady. I'm thankful for any loss. Okay, very good. I love that. It's been slower and steady. Okay, all right. So when you say slower, like about how many pounds, Tanya, a month? Because that's what we got to normalize is the slow. It's not really slow. It's normal, right? And I just want us to normalize that. But what is your slow? Okay, Vivi says, I battle with myself daily. Okay, what are you battling with, Vivi? Are you battling with like healthy habits? Is it the exercise? You know, not for nothing. Exercise, I think we have this in common because I don't really love to exercise. I don't really love to exercise, but I do it because I have to. And I know that I want to be, you know, live longer. And, you know, if I could get these muscles and focus on that, the walking is the chore. But I've been kind of moving around. I've been doing a lot of movement. So my goal, let me not for nothing, my goal on here, I ended up getting a smartwatch, which I'm totally against getting like these wearables like that. But I was like, I need to start keeping track. And so I'm going to tell you, I'm at 6,238 steps for today. So before I lay my head down and go to bed, my goal is to get to that 7,000 steps. That was my goal. And I didn't get there. And, you know, the last couple of days I've been getting there before I even got home from work. So today was a little bit more of a chill day, even though I didn't feel like it was. So obviously my steps are telling me something different. So, but yeah, I think, you know, setting a goal and keeping it moving. But what are your struggles? What are some of your struggles? So yeah, Vivi, I would just wonder what some of your struggles daily are. And that's so normal. It's so normal because we all have struggles in something. Mine would be like the movement of it all. And getting the protein, even though I've gotten better. Okay, so you say, yes, show me how. Huge inspiration, hashtag goals. Yeah. So you use something like that as inspiration and not to beat yourself up because you're not that. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that that's so important. I definitely thought I would lose quickly. It's been so, I read that. Okay, I read that. Okay. So, and this it says, I've compared myself and I just like to see how people met with their success. Okay, and that's okay. I think comparing yourself is the part of it that's not so good. It's when you're beating yourself up about it. And we don't need to do that because not for nothing. We don't know what somebody else has gone through, right? We don't know their history, their biology, and everything going on with them. And I think that's the reason why we can't let it get us down. To quote, from King Darian, you can't see your own beauty looking into someone else's mirror. Absolutely. All right, we're going to give that quote some confetti. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. It's too, I passed this lady now. You have to, I'll show you another time. All right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you said, nope, I had a lot going on. My journey was excellent. Darium does drop those gems, doesn't he? Okay. So Mel said, okay, you love Dr. Bobby too, Tracy. I'm glad you found her. Yeah, that is my home girl right there. Anissa, let's see. Oh, she says it's Darium. Okay. All right, so Angela says she got in 8,481 steps today. Very good. Let's give you some confetti. We love that. Jeez, Louise, you got in 8,000. So you were moving and grooving. All right. So, not for nothing. We don't need to get in that 10,000. Remember, that was a thing that people were saying a long time ago. We need to get in 10,000 steps. And, and now we find out, no, in order to get some good health, longevity benefits, we need 7,000 on up. Now, if you can get 10, that's great. Now, I just went to my doctor I want to say that was March, and she said, if you want to kick that weight loss up, you got to go get to 10,000 steps. And I told her, I'm not doing it tomorrow. I want to work my way up. Geez, Louise, I said, the DEXA scan man told me 7,000 and this lady is telling me 10,000. And he was just telling me as a minimum, in addition to strength training 2 to 3 days a week. So there's that, right? So I don't want to make it seem like he just said, that's all you have to do. But, who remembers, if you've been rocking with me for a long time, who remembers what the DEXA scan man told me the 3 7s were? What are the 3 7s? Anybody? We got 50 people watching. 3 7s. What we got 52 now. Welcome to people. What is what are the 3 7s when it comes to this is from the DEXA scan man. Who remembers when I used to report my weight every Sunday and I told what he told me, what the DEXA scan man said. What is it? Does anybody know? What are the 3 7s when it comes to your health? 7 of this, 7 of that, and 7 of that. Anybody? All right, so while you guys are figuring that out, I'm going to tell you, Mail to the B says, I looked at Taisha, but more for inspiration. I felt like she and I were aligned on several things, except I'm not a vegan, so there's that. Yes. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. All right. So Mel says, okay, is Mel guessing? Wait a minute. Okay. So Sweet B says, slow does not mean no. That being said, I would prefer to be losing 1% weekly average. My average is 0.3 and my body is going to do what it's willing to do. First of all, let me just say, I love that you're using percentages, right? So you have some of us stumped, right? Because we don't know what the percentages mean. But I love the percentages of it all. That's one of the things. Remember on my live stream, I said, this was like months and months ago. I said, let's focus in on how much body fat we lost, the body fat of it all. And that when people started putting that body fat percentage they lost, they became so proud of themselves. I don't know if you were in that live stream. Remember that? I remember it like it was yesterday. And so I think looking at your percentage is excellent. I think that's an excellent strategy. That kind of gets you away from the scale a little bit. It kind of gets you away from the scale. All right, so let's see. Let's give her some confetti. We love that. Love that. All right. Okay. Mel is quick. She said, Charles, I beat you. Okay, so Charles remembers. He says sleep, steps. Can't remember the last one. Mel says water, sleep, steps. Yeah, so it was Mel to the beat. She is quick. So it was 7 glasses of water. It was 7 hours of sleep, and it was 7,000 steps. And he said that that's just start there. So remember how we say start where you are. But I'm going to say to anybody out there that can't even start at the 7, if you're starting at 2 and you're not doing that now, guess what? That is progress. If you're starting at 4 hours of sleep and you're only getting 2, that is progress, right? Your goal is to get to 4. So I say work your way up. Do not try to do everything so fast. So you can work your way up to doing that. And that's perfectly okay. So we said use it for, use that comparison for, what did we say? For inspiration. So we want to make sure we do that. All right. So another thing is, the reality of slow weight loss. Let's just give ourselves a slow weight loss reality check. Guess what? You're going to lose slow. At some point, you might start off super fast and you're going to lose slow eventually. Now, you may be somebody that lost fast and kept going fast and got to your goal. We're not talking to you, but you can give us some support. We're not talking to you because you might not be able to relate. But the people that can relate to what we're saying with this, slow weight loss, normal, what we call normal, right? Normal and steady. That type of weight loss, I'm telling you, it is frustrating. When you're doing all the things, and I know some people say, well, you're not doing all the things because shouldn't you be losing? Well, we have since learned that you can be doing all the things and you can still not lose. Now, how long that goes on, it remains to be seen. I always say, if you're somebody and you're doing all the things and you're tracking it, that's how you know you're doing all the things. You're not just guesstimating. You actually know that you're doing all the things. You're in a calorie deficit. I always say you probably need to maybe add some more calories instead of subtracting. I'm telling you, every time I pretty much was in a stall, and I don't know if it was called a stall because it could have been just I wasn't losing for several weeks. But a stall is you're doing the exact same thing. You're not going off the course and you just can't move that scale. So the times where I was just not moving the scale, or remember I was weighing in and it was a 0.2, a 0.4, a point this, a point that. If I was going along and I was doing that and that situation was happening, I ate more. I ate like 200 calories more. And that just I lost the weight. That happened to me last month. And, I wasn't really losing, or I would lose a 0.2. And then the next week, I would have 0. And then when that dietitian told me to eat 1,800 calories and I ate a little bit more, I was down 2 pounds. So who knew? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Since I've been on my little, what do you call that? Retirement tour, because we're celebrating all things retirement at my school, and they've been having so many celebrations. I had a little piece of cake. I've had snacks. I've had food I normally wouldn't eat. Like today they had some little turkey sandwiches on regular, like the little rolls. The rolls tasted kind of sweet too. So I've been eating things that I normally wouldn't eat if I was doing my 1-2 and doing all the things. So if I don't lose when I weigh in on Sunday, I'm not going to be saying I don't know why I didn't lose. Well, guess what? I know why I didn't lose. I might even gain a pound or 2. And that's okay. I'm just going to refocus myself for the next week. But, I say that to say, I think it's okay if you stray off, and you just got to get back on track. I think that's the thing we got to remember to do. We got to remember, give ourselves grace, get back on track. But if you're doing all the things, so this week I can't say I'm doing all the things because I'm not. But if I was doing all the things and still not losing, I think that's when you got to look at tweaking something, maybe talking to your doctor about a different dose, but always, kind of talk to your doctor, because I just think that's so important. Mel says, yes, true, Dee. Small, consistent changes. Meet yourself where you are. Yes. And don't let anybody beat you up about it. And guess what? If you're a content creator, and people will get up in those comments and say things and tell you what you should do and how you should do it. And I say, as long as they're respectful, take what you need and take it and use it. And if not, just tell them, keep, let them say whatever they need to say and just keep it moving. People usually are trying to offer advice that they think is helpful. But a lot of times people are, kind of telling what their experience are. They're kind of giving you some tips. And I think that's okay too. I appreciate that when people are trying to give tips and be helpful. But when somebody, I never forget, somebody told me on Easter, when I made my Easter dinner, like, you shouldn't have been eating that mac and cheese. Girl, stay off my plate. I was like, don't come on my channel telling me what to eat for Easter. I mean, geez, Louise. And, I said that and just kept it moving. I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? Geez, Louise. Okay, so Tracy says, my struggles are I do well for a while and then I fall off track. I'm probably menopause by now. I'm not losing like I want to be, just increase my dose. I struggle to get up early for gym. Okay, all right. Very good. So you're struggling to get up early, so you fall off track, you think it's menopause. So I would talk to your doctor about what you could do with the whole menopause. I'm just trying to turn my heater off. Oh, cold up. I mean, I was cold in here at first. So, I say if you're struggling like that, Tracy, I would say talk to your doctor. You're falling off. So it sounds like you're aware of what you're doing. You're just kind of falling off. So I don't know. Maybe you might need a stronger dose of the medication. Maybe you might need like a written plan. There's something like a goal you can stick to. So it's a lot of things going up on there. I would pick one thing and focus on that. So when you're falling off, I would just need to know a little bit more, like when you're falling off, what has actually happened. I'm just going to tell you what works for me. When I know I'm falling off with something, like I was not sleeping, I was just up all the time. And I'm telling you, I said to myself, this is not going to cut it. I was like super tired. I got a long drive to work. I had to keep those windows down. I had to stay focused so I didn't doze off. I was probably getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep, if 3. Sometimes I was probably getting less than that. And, I buckled down, and that's one of the things I fixed. And it did help me with losing weight. I will say that. And not for nothing, I just felt energetic. I felt better to exercise. So there's that, right? And I try not to compare myself to these people working out in these GLP-1 streets. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I see these girls doing the challenges. I see these girls doing this and that. I did like the squat challenge. I did do that. Taisha had the walking challenge. I did it for some time, a little bit, but I didn't continue to do it. I could not consistently do it, but I never really committed to it. I kind of said, I don't know, did I? But I said I would, try it. So I did what I could do. And, I did get movement in, but it wasn't that walking. Like, it was just doing things around the house, more like those neat exercises, but that adds up. That counts on my steps. So I'll take it, right? But one of the things, I'm not an exercise person. So when these girls are out here in these YouTube streets looking good and exercising and, they're walking, they're on hikes, they're walking in their neighborhoods and all that. I love it for them, but that's just not my story right now. One of these days, I might, now I did show myself walking. I think I made a short about it. I was walking down this, instead of waiting on my Chipotle, remember that? Instead of waiting at Chipotle, sitting there, I got up and my daughter and I walked around this, this shopping area. And I told her whenever it gets nice out again, we would do that again. If ever we have to wait for something or not for nothing, we could just go there and just walk around. She loved doing that. I'm not an outside girl, so that was hard for me to do, but I actually did it. So yeah. So you know what? I'm not into exercise, but one of the things I do, I see, Fox, how are you? Look at you, looking all cute with a beautiful smile. I do that lift with C. I'm going to put that in the chat. I do that, and I got that from 2.0 Mommy and Taisha. Like, they used to do that. They were doing that, and I started doing that, and I like it. I think this is how you write her name, but it's a YouTube channel, and it's called Lift with C, and I just follow her program. That's it. I follow what she's doing. And it's kind of easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I think I'm to the point where I need to lift some heavier weights because I kind of got the routine down. So I need to lift some heavier weights and that'll get me going a lot more. But so, yeah, so that's what I do. Let's see. I hope that was helpful. Melanie, how are you? She says, hi, Dee Dee, and everyone. I'm late to the party. All right, very good. Okay, all right. Let's see. Yeah, I love the profile pics of it all. Um, is there anyone that you follow online? I think I said that you have weights at home. I need someone. Yeah, she is beginner friendly. This Lift with C, and you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to do it. She has so many different programs. Let's see. Hey, Doses of Shani, how are you? Cookie, how are you? Okay, you are so welcome. Oh, I love the hair of it all. One of these days, I'm going to change my name, my hair. I said my name, my hair. One of these days, I'm going to change my hair color. I'm going to come on here. You're going to be like, who's that girl? I'm like, me, Dee Dee. I love it. Okay, so you've been stuck for quite a few months. Menopause isn't being kind. Last week I went from 1,700 to 1,600 calories. I'm consistently walking and weight training. I'm seeing the scale move down. Okay, very good. So you're seeing the scale move down. Excellent job. Okay, let's give you some confetti. We love that. Very good. And you're looking good. The red lipstick, you can't go wrong with a good red lip, can you? I love the red lipstick. Okay, very good. All right. Ooh, you watch Sweating to the Oldies with Richard Simmons on YouTube. Okay, Richard Simmons. I used to love me some Richard Simmons way back in the day. All right, so I think we've already talked about this. When we talked about, losing that 2 to 5 pounds a month, that's going to be normal. I want to know from you guys, how much are you losing a month? Are you losing under 2 pounds, 2 to 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds, or more than that? And I'm going to tell you, I'm at the stage now where I'm losing under 2 pounds. What are you guys losing? Are you losing? People are saying hello to each other. Are you losing under 2 pounds, 2 to 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds, or more than 10? What are you doing? Anybody? Even if you're in maintenance, you're probably not trying to, you're obviously not trying to lose. But I know some people in maintenance are still losing and saying they're not even trying to lose. How about that? Anybody with the Downsizing Diva and losing under 2 pounds per month? Is anybody? Bellflower. Okay, Sweet Bee, you're with me. Under 2 pounds. Okay, that's okay. We are still in that normal range. Normal range. Okay, very good. Anybody else losing slower than me? So if you're losing slower than me, you're probably at the stage right now where you're just not losing. Okay, so Chippy, hi Chippy. Chippy says 1.7 per month. Okay, that's okay. 1.7 per month. Okay, very good. All right, Round Mouth says when I was 3. I was 3 when actively losing, maintaining. You were losing 3 pounds a month. I'm maintaining plus or minus 2 pounds. Okay, very good. Excellent job. So you're maintaining that. I love that. All right. So if you're losing that 1.7 per month, Chippy, you're not quite at the 2 to 5, right? So how much is that? So you're a little bit under. That's okay. I would stay consistent with what you're doing, and and see if it doesn't increase. If not, I would see your doctor and talk about some options, because you could be eating. I doubt if you're eating too much. You're probably not eating enough. That's what I would say. But that's just a guess. That's not advice. I always say talk to your doctor and maybe work that out. You said you didn't include why didn't you include your first week? Did you, because it's water weight, you think? Do you think that's why? Because it's water weight? All right. So, under 2 pounds with Mounjaro with diabetes and menopause. Yeah. Me too. Okay. All right. That's okay. We love that. All right. We got to stay patient and stay consistent. Those are the 2 words you got to remember: patience and consistent. All right. Hey, Carla. How are you? Everything, Carla. I love that. Everything, Carla. Okay. So, you said, I meant week. Okay. Okay, you said I meant for the week. You're gonna make me pull up my chat, pull up that chart. Oh yeah, your chart. Yes, yes, yes. She has a chart. She was keeping track. That's another reason why we're twins. We're very organized in that way. All right, very good. So I'm going to show you guys this video and we're going to talk about the video. So hopefully this doesn't all come crashing down. So if you're out there listening, in the YouTube, we have 55 people watching. We have 57. Do we have 57 likes? You guys got to like the video. So YouTube can push that video out. So I'm going to show you this. Hopefully my whole operation here doesn't come crashing down. So I just want you to watch this video and then we're going to talk about it. This is just a quick little video. It's a snippet. It's not super long. All right. Are we ready? Am I ready? Is StreamYard ready? And then there's that friend. There's that friend. Let's talk about the friend. You know the one. She's losing weight. She's losing weight naturally. She cut out soda for about 2 months and she's down 22 pounds. Who has a friend like that? You're probably thinking, well, if I did that, my body probably would miss the memo that I need to slim down because I gave up that soda. But guess what? Meanwhile, you have insulin resistance. That friend does not have that. So cutting out the soda is going to react totally different to your body than it would to hers. And let's not stop with insulin resistance. What about the hormonal changes, menopause, diabetes, years of dieting, different metabolisms, different history, different body? All kind of differences are going on with you and that friend. So why are we expecting identical results? We should not be. Didi production. So what about the friends? I feel like I need to sing that TLC song. What about your friends? Are they gonna let you down? So what about the friends of it all? I have gotten so many messages from people saying that a friend has told them that I'm losing naturally more than you and you're taking the GLP-1. I've also had people tell me in the comments, multiple people tell me that, my friend said, I'm only losing because I'm cheating. Or I've had a person who told me that they had a friend say, once you start taking the shot, you're going to gain all the weight back. And you're only losing because you're taking the GLP-1. Well, hello. To me, that part is not a dig, right? That's not a dig saying you're losing because you're taking the GLP-1. It could be that your body did get going because of the GLP-1, but the important part here is that's not the only reason. And I'm going to tell you, I have 2 of my close friends that are taking a GLP-1. One's taking Wegovy, one's taking Mounjaro. And the one's taking Mounjaro, it was written for her off-label. She's not a type 2 diabetic. But I'm going to tell you, they probably looked at my weight loss. I'm down 88 pounds. I'm probably back up to that 86 by now. But, they looked at my weight loss and they never not gave me credit and stuff. But I'm pretty sure they probably were thinking like, yeah, she's able to do that and keep it off at this point now because of the GLP-1. But now they realize it's not just I'm taking the injection. Now they realize it's things that you have to do in order to keep it going. Because there comes a point for a lot of us, if not all of us, at some point where that weight loss is going to stop and you have to have those habits kick in, right? If you're starting off just taking the injection, you're just saying, I'm going to let it do what it do. When it slows down, people are in a panic and they're wondering what to do. And these friends are swooping in saying, well, see, I told you that you're only losing because of the GLP-1, or the friends are saying you're cheating because you're taking that shot. And I say to you, do not compare yourself with that friend, because people were saying, well, they're not taking the shot and they're losing more than me. Well, your body is not their body. You cannot compare based on how we look. You can't even compare based on, when I got on here, I was looking for somebody around my same size, around my same shape, right? The way I was built, more like I don't know if I'm a pear. I think I'm kind of one of those persons. I think I might be like well, I'm not going to say, because somebody might come in here and call me that, and I don't want to be called this shape. But I think I'm proportioned out, but I'm trying to go in. I'm going in. I'm trying to go in that waist. And then, I like the 8, kind of like the 8 figure. I think that's a nice figure. Now, I don't think my 8 is going to be in like that, but I just want it to be curved somewhere. I want you to be able to tell. You think she's trying to make an 8, and I might not quite be the 8, but you think I'm coming in. So, so I was comparing those things. And one of the things I forgot to compare was the age of it all. Some of these girls I was looking at were like young, young, young. Now, I know now, I didn't realize at the time, but I didn't realize you could be in perimenopause and having actually go through menopause that early. But these girls were on there talking about weight loss and health journeys, and they weren't talking about perimenopause, menopause, and they just looked easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Meanwhile, I'm sweating. I got brain fog. And a lot of my symptoms are things that we don't necessarily always think about. When I say I'm sweating, I'm not having night sweats. I'm sweating during the day, not night sweats. I wasn't having a lot of night sweats, but I was not being able to sleep, having brain fog, couldn't remember. And I just thought it was because I was getting older. And then my joints were, that's another thing. I think we always associate joints with arthritis, but joints could be that joint pain. It could be that lack of estrogen. You're not getting enough estrogen because your estrogen declines as you age. And if you don't replace it, you're going to have some issues. So I had all that stuff going on, and I'm comparing myself with these young whippersnappers. And if you come on this channel, I say some of us older ladies can give these young girls a run for their money. I still do believe in that. But for the most part, I'm going to tell you, I was comparing myself to people I shouldn't have been comparing myself to. But not for nothing, Dr. Bobby, I shouldn't even be comparing myself to her, because guess what? Her biology, even though we're plus 50 plus, her biology is totally different than my biology, right? And then that's another thing. I think I've had the disease of obesity for years and years and years. She thinks menopause kicked her obesity into effect. I think my obesity started when I was, out the womb, probably. So, and I don't know if that's a thing, but, early on, I just had signs of, having issues with, eating and, food noise and all those things that we talk about that we know now are related to the disease of obesity. So not for nothing, I should really be comparing myself to anybody. I can't compare myself to my mom. My mom has never been overweight. I couldn't compare myself to my dad. He had never been overweight. So it's just a lot that goes on that we don't know. And so I've learned for myself not to compare. And, you have to go back and check out one of my previous videos where I talk about the friends of it all. But I would say, if a friend is making you feel bad about taking an injection to change your health, I would just kind of reevaluate where that friend fits into your life, because you don't need a friend that's going to be bringing you down. You really just, you don't. You need somebody that's going to be supportive. Now, if you're one of those people that's a constant complainer and your friend gets sick of hearing it, this, that, and the other, I mean, you guys have to figure that out. But if you're somebody who is, thinking this friend to support you, and then they're kind of saying things to undercut your mindset and your self-esteem, I don't think that's a friend worth having, especially when you're on this journey where you need constant support. So there's that. All right. So has anybody had any friends saying things like that? You said I should probably think about titrating up. You're still at 7.5. Okay, very good. You said when young girls make videos, they lose weight naturally. My comment, get back to me when men are. I'm gonna give you some confetti for that. Jeez, Louise. And you know what? Not for nothing. There are people who will say, well, I'm in menopause and it hasn't affected me. And I would say maybe those people don't have the disease of obesity, or maybe those people, their hormones is not as bad off as yours. I mean, my estrogen level, now, I don't know. Can somebody Google that? Can you be in a negative with your estrogen? My estrogen had gotten down to a 27. Now, if your estrogen, now I don't know, optimal levels depend on the person, right? But let's say if your estrogen levels are supposed to be in the 100s to the 200s, my estrogen levels were at 27. That's a huge deficit. So no wonder, things were going on with me that were, not best for my health, right? No wonder I was having the joint pain. I just thought it was arthritis in my knee and I was getting older. Well, it was also because I was lacking estrogen too. So I think we got to take all of that stuff into consideration, and it does matter. It really does. All right. Melanie said her brain fog has been raging. I thought it could be from multiple surgeries I had at the beginning of the year, but now I'm not so sure that it's not from menopause. Yeah, it could be. That could be a contributing factor. I'm not saying it totally is, but it's worth getting checked out. It's worth getting checked out. So you might be saying, well, how do we get that checked out? You go to a doctor that's willing to take some labs. And, I still having a struggle with that, finding somebody that would do all the labs, not just a few labs. Like if you're going to look at your hormone levels, I say, why not look at them all, right? The testosterone of it all, the progesterone of it all, the thyroid, not for nothing, not just the estrogen level, not just the FSA or the, the LH, not just those hormones. So yeah, geez Louise. So if you want a guide to tell you about what hormones to look for, I do have a free guide. It's no charge to go in my Stan store, download that checklist of the hormones that you need, and be on your way to the doctor and say, bam, I want this. I want that. So yeah, I think that's a great start. Okay, let's see. All right. Did I miss some comments? So Shani said, I was losing 2 pounds monthly for the first 10 months, last 2 months, 4 to 5 pounds each month. Okay, very good. Yeah, you are, I think you were one of those people, you said you were a super responder. So you were losing 2 pounds monthly for the first 10 months. I felt like, I don't know why it seemed like you were losing faster. The last 2 months, 4 to 5 pounds. Well, all of it's excellent. Good job. We love that. Go, Shani. Go, Shani. Go, 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 Shani. Go, Shani. Go. I love that. Very good. Okay. So, for some reason, I always thought you lost more quickly than that. My name twin is in the house in maintenance. Look at that picture. Look at those cheeks. Jeez Louise, you got the cheekbones cheeking. I love that for you. You look so cute. All right. So Male to the B is hitting us with another medical disclaimer. And I love that. I just want people to know this is not advice. This is just our experience. We're really just trying to help, give you support. But anytime I give you support, my guidance is always going to be to check with your doctor. I just think that's so important because I know what works for me. But guess what? I'm visiting my doctor often. When I say often, I'm visiting my doctor every 3 months. And then if I need to talk to her in between, I can message with her, or I can set up a virtual chat if I need to. So that's the kind of access I have. Now I'm retiring. I don't know how that retirement insurance is going to work out. It's not the same insurance. So I might be on here saying, geez, Louise. So hopefully my doctor is still in this same network. I don't know. That's a problem I'm going to have to deal with if I face it. But right now, I'm enjoying my doctor. So I'm hoping to keep that going. So I will know pretty soon, because as soon as the day my job ends one day, and then the next day I'm on to something else. So it's crazy. All right. So I'm scrolling down. What are you guys saying? Okay. Male says there are unseen impacts of having low estrogen, bone, muscle, brain, skin. Yeah, all those things. But I think we always hear about the hot flashes of it all. And we hear about the lack of sleep, the night sweats. Those are the ones that get the most attention. Maybe those are the ones that people know to identify. But I think, like Melanie was saying, there's so many unseen symptoms that we don't know are associated with menopause. That's the problem. It's, things are going on, but we just don't always associate it with perimenopause and menopause. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking more about that. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Pammy Whammy, how are you? You said you were about 1 or 2 pounds weekly after I got 7.5, 10. Oh, okay, Shani, that makes more sense. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Pam. I get so distracted that fast. Okay, so you were losing about 1 to 2 pounds weekly. Oh, after you got to 7.5 and 10. So your appetite must have been decreasing, and you just went with that. See, that's why I'm losing normally. And the normal and steady range, because my strategy has been to get my calories in. Some people have said to me, like early on, these people were saying, just let the medication take your appetite. Don't eat figure it out, later on, let the medication work for you. And I said to myself with my doctor, and with the loose skin of it all, I just thought, I just don't want to be in that situation where not for nothing. Look at my neck. I already got this issue with my neck. Do I want to have this all over my body like that? Mm-mm. So that kind of scared me. And, my face is getting a little bit chunky because, I'm probably, let me get a drink of water. But my face tend to get chunky. And then I was like, dang, when my face was getting chunky at one point, December, January, I noticed that I didn't have as much of this neck thing. And I thought, well, I'm okay with that. But if I'm going to slim down 60 to 70 more pounds, can you imagine my face? Like, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with that because, I feel like I lose weight in my face fast. And that's really where you can see the weight loss. And then, geez, Louise, so I'm using this cream. I'm going to share the cream after I see if it's working. So I got this cream. It's supposed to be the best of the best. So we will see. And that way, I thought, gosh, this cream is supposed to be the best of the best. I thought it was cheap. And then I saw it was probably like one dot on your finger. They were charging you that price for the one dot. So I'm trying this cream out on my neck. And then Allie from Fit Flavor Fun, not for nothing, I'm gonna have to ask her. She was telling me about a cream she was losing. I haven't been to her channel or seen her really in a while, so I don't know if it worked for her, but I'm gonna ask her what it's called because that's something I would try too after I try this. So I'm gonna give this a try though and see how it works out for me. Okay, all right. So Pammy Whammy. So I think Shawnee said she was losing 8 to 12. Okay, Shawnee, you were talking about the week before, but I think you said month, or did I read it wrong? I think you did say month because I went back and read that. Okay, but anyway, 8 to 12. Yeah, that's what I thought. You were a super responder, and that was what they call you. A super responder is what they call you. All right. So Melanie said, I just went to the doctor last week. I had a whole panel of labs done, and now I'm on HRT. Hopefully that will help. Okay, so you got to keep us posted if it's going to help. I hope so. All right. Okay. All right. So Pammy Whammy is saying she had a few months where she lost 10 pounds when she was on 10 milligrams. Even at the end, I thought I would stop naturally. I remember you talked about how that was a thing. Okay, so Rita, you're gonna send me some neck exercises. Thank you. Something I could probably easily do. I love that. Second time joining you. The first time I hadn't taken my first shot. 8 weeks later, 18 pounds. Go Carla, go Carla, go Carla. So you did keto a month before and only lost 3 pounds, right? Oh, geez, Louisa. People swear by that keto. All right, we're going to give you some confetti. Excellent job. Okay, all right. So 8 weeks. So that's, that's pretty good. Love that for you. I know you're excited. That's like some good, steady, normal and steady weight loss can be exciting, right? Love that. Okay, keep up the great work. So Doses of Shani says it's hard to force yourself to eat when you have no appetite. I usually get 1,400 calories, but it was forced. And even when I up your calories, you still lost pounds weekly. Now I went down on my dose. That's what I was going to say. Maybe going down on your dose. So you went from 7.5 to 5. I remember you were losing a lot on 5, and I think you went up to 7.5 because of the new food noise, was it? There was a reason why you went up to 7.5, and I was like, wow, you're losing like that. You probably should stay on that dose. Geez, Louise. Okay, very good. So yeah, that's the thing, tweaking that dose, finding that dose. All right, let's play this quick game. This game is called, this is going to kind of reinforce what we talked about. And then we got 15 minutes. So Mail to the Bee or Bellflowers, can one of you guys call me or text me at 9:55? So in 10 minutes, and then we'll do some celebrations, and then we'll be out of here. All right, so okay, you said you should have stayed on 5. Oh, it was a food noise. Okay, yeah, I do remember. My memory did not fail me. Very good. Okay, so Rita said she was in a Zoom today, and the educator said keto is no good for menopausal women. That's interesting. You said you should have stayed on 5. Okay, yeah. Well, you live and learn, so hopefully that'll just be exactly what you need to get you where you're trying to go. Man, Bellflower, you're headed for skin removal. Oh, geez, Louise, my name twin. You're headed for skin removal and a tummy tuck. The surgeon wants me to maintain my weight for 6 months. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love that surgeon because my plastic surgeon friend, remember, he said, if you watch that live, I'm going to replay. I keep saying I'm going to replay that. I'm going to try to get him to come back. He said he would, but I've just been so busy. I haven't even, we've talked. I told him I was retiring, but I haven't really been able to connect with him. So I remember him saying that they want, if you lost weight, especially a quicker weight loss, which you would attribute to these GLP-1s. That doesn't mean everybody lost quickly, though. He said you should maintain your weight for 6 months, at least 6 months, because they want to make sure that you're at the weight that your body is going to maintain and be at. So I love that. Very good. So, oh my gosh, we're going to give you some confetti. I just love how you met your goal and you just know what you want and you're going after it. Now, I would be so scared to do that, but I'm going to live through my name twin. I love that for you. Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. So what about this neck? My dermatologist recommended facial exercises. Okay, so Miss Rita got me covered. She said she's going to send me some. I've been doing them. It's helped tighten up my neck a little. Did she say there's only so much we can do? I'll take all the help. Yes. Yeah. Jeez Louise. I just ran into a lady at Costco picking up Mounjaro 15. I told her I've taken it for almost 3 years in maintenance now. She said she was stalled. Let's see, she was stalled. You saw her again, and she said she had lost 80 pounds and had 50 more to go. Installed 1 year. Now she's 1 meal a day. She's buying protein shakes. She sounded kind of new to protein shakes. Oh, geez. So she's hung in there, which is my message always, right? That if you stay patient and stay consistent, eventually your weight loss will kick back up. So that's excellent proof right there that strategy works for some people. And I'm never going to say all because we don't know all. Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, all right. So let's play this cute game. Okay, she needs to exercise. In our communities, we check water, protein, eating enough calories, eating fiber, carbs, walking, and strength training. Yes. Yeah. And that would be all the things. But I'm just going to say, if you're somebody who can't do all the things, do what you can. Start where you are. That is really the message I want to get out. And if you're losing not for nothing 2 to 5 pounds, you're in the normal range. So it's not slow and steady, it's your normal and steady. But it does seem slow. I'm not going to lie. When you're a certain weight, like I am, and some of you are a certain weight, over 200 pounds, and you're losing 2 pounds a month and you're really giving it your all, it just can be defeating. And so what we have to do is just stay consistent with the healthy habits, do what we can, do a little bit better than you did the day before, do a lot better than you did the next week, right? You just can improve. That's your goal, should be to improve every day. And not for nothing, instead of starting on Monday, we're improving the next day. That's what we love about the GLP-1s. It allows you to, correct those healthy habits right away. All right. It sounds like she might not be eating enough. Yeah. But we have a lot of that going on, which makes sense, right? Because this medication takes your appetite away. That's what's the hard part, I think, about this journey that people don't realize. You're either eating too much, or which is what we were doing before, and then you might need a higher dose, or you're not eating enough. And trying to figure out which one it is and how to tackle whichever one it is, that is the challenge. I will say it's kind of tricky. All right. Remember that song? It's tricky to rock a rhyme, that's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky to find the calories with GLP-1. It's tricky. All right. So you already have a remedy. You have a remedy. Wear turtlenecks even in the summer. We love that. Jeez, Louise. Well, I love that. Wear some turtlenecks, and that's all you need to do. Jeez Louise. All right. So Mel says you can improve your neck skin quality, but outside of surgery or Botox filler, there's little that can be. Yeah, I would imagine that because we know the skin doesn't snap back, right? Especially when you are over a certain age, it's just not going to do it. I mean, it is what it is. I have to admit, I'm getting tired of lifting and tracking, but I dare not stop. LOL. Well, you know what? You're doing a great job. So I would say keep up the good work and, maybe scale back or take away a day. Give yourself maybe a week of a break. I'm one of those people. If I take a break, that break might last longer than a break. I take a break and I'm not coming back for a minute. Jeez Louise. Okay, so she had lost for a year and titrating up to 15. So I wonder if did that 15 get her kick started back? Male, that's what my dermatologist said too. We can improve the appearance, but it's still going to be there. Yeah. Well, my next honey bun is going to have to like this, this wrinkly neck and geez Louise. And then I'll just do what somebody who just told me to wear some turtlenecks. I got some nice turtlenecks. I'm just going to buy some more. I'm gonna buy them. You're gonna come on here every day. You're gonna be like, "Dang, it's 90 degrees in Ohio, and she got on a turtleneck." Jeez Louise. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go to our quick game, and then we're gonna see if anybody else want to celebrate. So let's just see how the smartest group in all of GLP-1 land is. So hopefully that helped people that's feeling behind, obsessing with that skill. Do not do that. It is okay. Just remember these two words: patience and consistency. Stay patient and stay consistent. If you do that, over time, you're going to excel and kick back up your weight loss. And I would say if you go like a couple months and you see nothing happening and you're really making that effort, go and talk to the doctor. What that song say? Go see the doctor. That's what you want to do. Have that doctor on speed dial. Jeez Louise, I told this student in my class today, I got your mom on speed dial. Go and sit down. Jeez Louise. Okay, all right. Name twin. Yeah, you have to be consistent, do the same things over and over. Maintenance is born, but it works. Consistency is key. Yeah, it is. Which is the hard part, right? All that, it sounds easy, but it is hard, and you just got to do it. And yeah, twin, the turtlenecks of it all. All right, so let me ask you. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to tell me, is it real progress or is it a scale trick? Is it real progress or is it a scale trick? So this is the first one. What about this one? You only lose 3 pounds this month, but your waist is down 2 inches. Geez Louise, that's a good one. So you only lost 3 pounds this month, but your waist is down 2 inches. Is that real progress or is that a scale trick? What do you think? You could put RP or ST. Okay, all right. Or you could just put one of the words. Yes, very good. Ooh. So you only are down 3 pounds this month. And I would say only is not an only, but for the sake of this argument, only. But your waist is down 2 inches. Is that real progress or is that a scale trick? All right, so Journey. Okay, so Journey says, may I ask you, did you experience hair loss with Mounjaro? I'm new to the channel. First of all, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I experienced some hair shedding. Yeah, this is what I was doing. I take a picture of the hair that sheds, and I'm taking it to my dermatologist with me in when do I go? Another week. But that's what I have done over the years. Because, you tell them you lose that hair and they'll say, sometimes they can tell, right? But they don't really know for sure. So I take a picture of my hair. I used to collect it. and put it in a plastic bag and take it with me. This is my hair that has come out. When you see that hair, it's like I feel like I could have put this hair on a whole nother little head. But naturally we lose hair, and hair is supposed to come out. Everybody knows that, right? Hair loss is normal. The problem is when your hair thins out, and a lot of times it's not growing back. Like those hair follicles aren't being replaced, and something is wrong if that is happening. So there's that. So I like to, take a picture of my hair, take it with me to the doctor. Now I have like a little, I don't have anything in here to show you. So you'll have to come back next week, Journey, and I'm going to show you. Let me write myself a note. I probably will forget. But I'm going to show you the vitamins and stuff I take. And then when I go to the doctor, I'll probably get some minoxidil. You know what that is? But the prescription kind. I've had taken it before, but I don't like the kind that you have to put on your hair because I don't want my hair to get wet or moist. I want it to stay dry, but moisturized, but dry, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to try that and see if that works, because I can tell my hair is shedding. Remember, I was also very low in estrogen, and that's another side effect. It's the hair loss of it all, or the hair shedding. And I'm not bald by any means, but I'm somebody who's used to having thick hair. So when my hair started shedding, I was like, oh, no, you won't. So I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you. But okay, so let's go to the answer. So come back next week, because I would love to show you like exactly what I have. If you leave me a comment in the description of this video, is it in the description of this video? I might have my supplements, but I can talk more about them next week. And then if you leave me a comment, Journey, I could send you a video that you could watch, and it's in there too. I talk about it in the video. So either way, you come back next week. Ideally, you just do both. Go to that, leave me a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will put that link in there. Or you can come back next week and you can see it live. I'm going to try to remember. If I forget, if somebody reminds me, I'll just go get it. It's downstairs. It's almost time for me to get off. So if I could get into and talk about this hair from now till Christmas. So I'm not going to get into it right now. But anyway, okay, so you guys were right. It is real progress. Your body comp changes. Body comp is body composition changes even when that scale is not moving, which is a great thing. That's one of the things reason why I might get a little down. But guess what? Like, who said, can't nobody hold me down. Oh, no, I got to keep on moving. So, yeah, it's those clothes and those inches and all of that keeps me going when the scale is just like, Diva, you're not doing such a good job. And so that keeps me going. So that means you're making real progress. Those inches are everything. All right, so here's another one. If you said RP, you are very correct. Okay. Now, here's another one. The scale has not changed. Oh, well, this is kind of like that other one. Oh, what about this one? The food noise is quieter. Your food noise is so much quieter. Is that real progress, or is that a scale trick? What do you think? Carla. Hi, Carla Hammonds. How are you? It's so funny. Sometimes I have my video, I'll go to YouTube and I'll sometimes I'll watch the playback of the live streams. And I'm like on there like, Carla, beautiful word, mail to the bee. I said, I crack myself up with my loud self. No wonder my daughter can't get to sleep. Jeez Louise. All right. Nursing. How are you? Is that nurse? I thought it said nursing. It does. It says nursing you. Love it. 99. Okay. All right. How are you? Okay. I got to go to your profile pic so I can see you up close and personal if I can. All right. So let's come on down. Ruth, is Ruth in here? Hey, Ruth. Hey, Ruth. Gee, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Ruth, what is going on? Ruth is the truth. Jeez, Louise. Oh, my goodness. Ruth, you are the truth. I love the bag. I love Wait a minute, the pose is everything. She has my favorite colors, that red, black, and white. Geez, Louise, looking good. Oh my God, you look like you are a lady about your business. All right, and then wait a minute. Okay, so we got, oh, geez, Louise, look at you. You look cute too. Wait a minute. Now your pic is in the back. You kind of blend in, but it looks like you're on a beach. Is that a beach house? Looking good. Looking fabulous. Geez, Louise. Oh my gosh, I love a good profile pic. I mean, seriously. Oh, I thank you. I'm so glad you came. Looking good. Looking good. See, I can tell you're the size I'm trying to get down to here. Jeez, Louise, nurse, not for nothing. Okay, all right. Oh, you're so funny. Okay, all right. Jeez, Louise. Okay, so if you said real progress, you are right. I gotta give you a harder one. You guys are good. Ooh. What about no, that's too easy. These aren't hard. You guys are too smart for these. What about, oh, okay. So what about this one? This one could be me for sure. Everybody said real progress, and you are so right. What about this one? Oh, you were in Florida visiting your family. Cute pic. Love it, love it. I love that. Okay, all right. Okay, so this one says, "Oh, you had one treat and you didn't spiral into overeating. Is that real progress or is that a trick?" A scale trick. Real progress or a scale trick? You stopped. You had one treat, but you didn't spiral into overeating. I think this is me for sure. Me for sure. You know, I might be having some tricks, but it hasn't spiraled. Some treats, I should say. I'm saying some tricks, but it hasn't. It's had me spiraling out of control, like I would get before, like out of control. All right, so we have 56 people watching. Don't forget to like the live stream. Like it, like it, like it. Share it out. All right, we're almost done here. All right, you guys, you are so right. Let me put some of these answers up here. We got very good. Our real progress. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. All right, this is our last one. What about this one? Oh, no, this is not our last one. This is our second to last one. This one, you stop comparing your journey to everyone else. Is that real progress or is that a skill trick? You stop comparing your progress to everyone else. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Hair loss from surgery. Yeah, that makes sense though that you would have hair loss from surgery. I can see that for sure. All right, very good. All right, so here we go. Here's some of our answers. The real progress, absolutely. So that's a win. So guys, so even if you can do that, now these pros, veterans up in the chat probably know this, but if you're somebody who's comparing yourself constantly, even if you could just not do it for one day and then build yourself up to 3 days. We're going to skip 2. Let's go straight to 3. And then if you could just do a week without comparing yourself, and maybe you need to cut off that friend, not for nothing, for the same amount of time. The friend that's making you feel incompetent and like you're failing and you're not doing a good job. And I would say, a lot of times when these friends are doing that, I really do think it's just that they're just kind of jealous that you are losing weight differently and quickly than they are. But they wish they probably could do it, but are scared to do it, or for some reason don't want to do it. And people have made comments on my last videos. I have a ton of comments. I still need to make some responses, but somebody, and I didn't respond yet, but I plan to tonight or in the morning. Hopefully I could get to it or tomorrow night. But they were basically saying like, you guys are taking these GLP-1s. If you could cut calories, and what they say, if you could cut calories, and if it reduces your appetite. I should read this comment. Jeez Louise, so I could get it right. But it says something like, if you could reduce your calories, and not have an appetite, why would you need to take the medication? You should be able to do that, on your own. And it's like, dude, you do not get it. And if you don't get it, ask a question about it. Don't come in with the judgment. Don't you just hate that? I don't like to use the word hate, but come in with the judgment cause. If you're curious about it and you want to know, ask a question, formulate a question. Don't come in judging because you have no idea what you're talking about. And, it's just like, of course, I'm going to take time out and drop some gems to this person. But it's like, if you don't believe in it, don't comment. Like, why do you need to tell me what to do? I just don't understand that. So obviously, this was something I chose to do for my health, and we chose to do for our health. And you choose to do what you do for your health, and just keep it moving. I just don't understand the need to come and try to correct somebody. You just couldn't help yourself but to click on the link, did you? So yeah, it's just funny. It's like, geez, Louise. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so, and not for nothing, before I became a content creator, sometimes when people would say stuff that ticked me off, or I just had to make a comment, I was always nice and respectful, but now I just kind of think twice about even doing that, because it's like, I'm just going to keep it moving. Sometimes, I know some of us have time today, right? That's the saying, I got time today. And you just want to set people straight. But a lot of times it's just kind of like, I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm not going to say anything. All right. So here we go. But this person is on my platform. So yeah, I am going to respond. And I'm going to say, hold up, wait a minute. Jeez, Louise. Okay, we got another beauty up in the house. Oh my goodness. Pat, you are on here. Jeez, Louise, we love it. Great profile pic. These glamour shots is what I call them. These profile pics are everything. I just love that. Very good. Looking good. Jeez, Louise. And now I do have a profile pic. It's not the most glamorous shot I could have, but I call it my glamour shot. And I just love a good glamour shot. She said, don't even respond to students. Jeez, Louise. Yeah. Now, if they comment again or say something after I comment, like, I just really keep it positive. Just drop some gems, give them something to think about, and I keep it moving. Most of the time, people don't come back. It's hard to be unkind to somebody that is kind, even if for most of us. Now, some of you are like, I don't care. I can be mean and not nice. But most of the time, it's hard to be kind to somebody that is kind, even when you disagree. So I like that approach. But if they come back a second time, I'm just going to block them. Just goodbye. See you later. Go comment on somebody else's channel. And you're not for nothing. You're not even saying the right things. Like, sometimes people come in and give comments, and it's like, even though they disagree, it's like, okay, that was some food for thought. I can see why you thought that, okay, I get it. But when people come in trying to be judgy, that's when it's just, let's just keep it moving. Okay. Okay, so you said stopping your hair shed is collagen, healthy fats, making sure you're eating enough protein. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Thank you, Mail to the B. All right. Very good. All right. All right. Okay. Very good, Pam. We love that. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. What else do we have? Oh yeah, one of my videos that we shout out to the non-subscribers, negative comments. Yeah, negative comments. Yeah, and I always say too, the negative comments, and then people telling you how to be you on your channel. Like, let me be me. If you don't like it, you keep scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Let the person be the person. I think if you come trying to change somebody, that's just not a good thing. That's like me coming to your house telling you where to put your couch, where to put your furniture. Who does that? You might have some friends that do that, and you know how to ignore those friends, right? But yeah, let people be them. I just think we got to let people be them, let people do their thing. When you're there to support people, you're there to support them for however they do it. And if not, that's a great thing about YouTube, right? It's so many choices out there. I don't really let the comments get me, it's just that one mac and cheese comment. I always come back to that because I'm thinking, stay out of my Easter plate. If I want to eat an Easter dinner, let me enjoy my Easter dinner. I cooked that dinner. I mean, Jeez Louise. So yeah, now that it annoyed me, but it was almost funny because I see the same person. Like, this person is always in other people's comments telling them what to eat and what to say, and and giving advice and this, that, and the other, which is fine. I think that's just their thing to do. And so yeah, and I didn't block the person. I did not. But I just kind of let her know I'm going to be eating what I'm eating. If you don't like it, and Vivi says walk on by. Well, I say keep it moving, keep it moving. I mean, geez, Louise, that's what you got to do. I love that. I love it. You got to just let them walk on by. You said eat your mac and cheese. Yeah, but it was Easter. It's like, geez, Louise. Now I get some people have said like, well, I've eaten Easter mac and cheese forever. For 15,000. Sundays before I got on the GLP-1, and I'm going to give that up. And I think that's great for you. Again, we're all different. And if I decide I'm going to eat some mac and cheese, let me enjoy my mac and cheese. Now, if you're not for nothing, if I'm on here saying every day I'm eating mac and cheese and I'm complaining that I'm not losing this and that, I can see somebody saying, well, Downsizing Diva, you are eating mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? And even then, it's like how you say it too, that counts, I think, too. But, even then, I get it. But if I'm just saying I'm eating mac and cheese on a holiday, now on this channel, I'm to just let you know. Now, remember, a girl has the right to change her mind. So I might be on here saying something different. But on the holidays, I'm going to eat. Now, I don't know about you guys. Part of it is I'm buying the food and I'm cooking it. And if I'm buying the food, I'm cooking it, I'm gonna eat it. So that's my philosophy. Now I might get to the point when I first started my GLP-1, I didn't really have the desire to eat the stuff, so I didn't. I could pass on it, or did pass on it. But sometimes I just was like, oh gosh, I haven't had this homemade mac and cheese. I want to have it. Mind you, like I say, it's a holiday. So I'm going to be on here. What's the next holiday? Memorial Day? That was a Monday. I might see you guys on a Monday. Yeah. Oh, Vivi with the gumbo and the salt of it. Oh, I saw that. Oh, okay. I thought that was the Chick-fil-A. Wasn't it a Chick-fil-A something people were telling you not to eat too? It's just like, geez, Louise. But you know what? Aren't you from New Orleans? Isn't that what they eat? Gumbo. It's like, let the lady have her gumbo if she wants to eat the gumbo. But some of these fast foods, I'm sorry, they have so much sodium. If you eat this, you eat it, you're gonna be bloated, and then you drink your water, you flush yourself out, and it'll be okay the next day. And I say if you're eating 15 cups of gumbo for the month, cut back to 12 cups of gumbo, and then you cut back to 10. But I think it's just for me, and I know everybody doesn't feel this way, but I feel like for some people, it's just unreasonable for them to just go from 0 to 100, or I should say 100 to 0. Some people, it's just going to take, they maybe need to go from 100 to 75. Then maybe they need to go from 75 to 50. Then they need to go from 50 to 25. And then eventually they can get to it. And that's the thing about being on a journey. If, not for nothing, we're on here making videos showing our journey. You guys are coming in here telling me your stories about how you lost. My girl Bellflower, she sent me her chart where she lost. It took, this is going on 4 years for her. It took her to get her weight where she wanted it to be. So don't let anybody make you feel like slow is not, success, or normal and steady is not success, because it might take Bellflower 4 years or 3 years. It might take me 3 years. It might take somebody else 4 years. It might take somebody else 1 year. All of that is great. All of that is great. I am going to say, I do believe this to be true. And remember, I do have a plastic surgeon friend. When you lose slowly, you have at least, you have, your chances are very lower, not low, like you're not going to have, hanging skin or whatever. But, you have more of a chance to have less hanging skin. That's just true. Any doctor will tell you, this plastic surgeon will tell you, it's just true. Does that mean your skin is not going to hang? No, but everybody I know who lost, slower than they wanted to, one of the benefits they said was they don't have as much hanging skin. So I say, the people that are losing slow, good for you. If you have the patience and you are consistent with your habits, and not for nothing, consistency means, and I think we got to get this right, not every day, all day, every day you're doing it right. Consistency means more times than not. So I like to follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time I'm doing the right thing. 20% of the time I'm eating my mac and cheese. Thank you. Okay, so I like to say, and not for nothing, I have a young daughter. I eat snacks with her, especially on the weekends is when we like to do that. But if I wanted my weight loss to increase and, I was in a hurry to take it off and, or I said to myself, the next couple months I'm going to dedicate to, boom, 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 doing this, and that, maybe I'll get to that point again. That's what I did to get to 50 pounds. I had slowed down and I said, baby, I'm getting to that 50 pounds. Now I'm close to that 100 goal. And maybe one of these days I'll kick in and set a goal for myself to get to the 100 faster. And I thought I would be here by now. I really did. But life happened and we got to go with that. And, not for nothing, you guys are watching my journey real time. You're seeing what I'm going through, the ups, the downs, the life things that happen. Some people who know me behind the scenes know I have a lot going on that I haven't even shared here on YouTube. I'm about to retire. That's a life-changing thing. It's emotional, and I'm not doing the sad emotional eating. I'm doing the celebrating this time. I'm eating because I'm happy. And so I'm still not where I was before, where I would be eating a ton of stuff, but I am eating some stuff, right? And when I get on the scale, I'm going to get on the scale with that in mind. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to reset and, just go from there. So, yeah. And I say that to you guys to say, don't let people get you down. This is your journey. You do it how you want to do it. But think about some of those people that have been on this journey losing. Pam gave us a great example. I call her Pammy Whammy. She gave us a great example of that lady who she saw at Costco who was down in the dumps because can you imagine not losing for a year? Stay patient, stay consistent. And then a year later, you see her, or however long it was, and she has stayed consistent and stayed patient, and now she's down. So that is the message tonight that I wanted to give you guys. I'm in the boat with you guys, and now, not for nothing, I can honestly say now I'm not losing because I'm eating. And I'm eating things I normally wouldn't eat on my plan. I'm celebrating. I had a slice of cake. I've been just nibbling on some things here and there. It was Teacher Appreciation Week where I got all those snacks. I'm going to show a picture of all the snacks and stuff I had, and I would graze on like chocolate covered almonds. I normally wouldn't even buy that stuff. I just got, do I have it in here? I just got, I'm going to show you guys my snack I just got. So I just got this. Jeez, Louise. Chocolate covered almonds. Dark chocolate. Now, I would never eat the chocolate covered almonds. I wouldn't buy that. But somebody bought this for me for a teacher appreciation gift. And, my daughter and I were eating them. This is actually a second one. The first one, we ate those babies. My daughter and I, she was taking them for lunch and I was counting them out and taking them. But normally I wouldn't eat the chocolate. So I was eating those. And I feel like, okay, well, at least it did have a little protein and some fiber. Yeah, I know Bellflower said, honey, eat that stuff to celebrate your retirement. So I'm not doing it to the point where, I'm like out of my clothes and, I'm feeling this or that or whatever, but I can't eat it. Now, that's another reason why I think my dose is not where I need to be because, right, I'm on 12 and a half. When I'm at a dose that's really optimal for me, I don't even want to eat that stuff. So I probably will need to get into this 15 here pretty soon, and I'll let you know what I decide to do. But yeah, well, Vivi and Bellflower, I am celebrating, but that's okay. I still have that goal. of 100 pounds down in mind, and I am going to get there. And so I just need to get through this week and through to the next week. That's my goal, to get through this week and to next week. But so I'm 88 pounds down. Now I might have gained a couple. I won't know until Sunday if I gained weight or not. I have a graduation coming up. One of my former students that I had in third grade is graduating from high school. So I will be at her graduation on Saturday. And I have I have an appointment after that. So I won't stay. So I'm sure they're going to have cake and all that and that. So I'm going to escape that. I won't be eating that. Not for nothing. I don't need any more cake. That the cake I had yesterday or today, it wasn't that good. You know how you have something and you're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then you actually have it and it's like you could have passed on it. So I don't want to be doing that. But anyway, so I say all that to say nobody is perfect on their journey. I just think that, the diet mindset, I'm trying not to have that diet mindset. But one of the mindsets I do want to adopt, and I'm going to try it out until I reach my goal. Now, it's not going to start tomorrow. Because I got so much going on. But once I retire, next week is my last week of school. Once I retire, once I'm done I would have been out in the summer anyway. But once I'm done, I'm really going to focus in on those healthy habits, cook. I'll be able to cook. I'll just have freedom, right? That I don't have right now. And I'll be able to cook and just kind of get things back on track. But I'm not out of control. So I try to explain this to somebody who's such a stickler about eating. And I try to tell them, for somebody who was eating, I was eating probably 75% of the pizza, not the whole pizza. But for somebody, if people on here were saying like I was eating a whole pizza, I could eat a whole half of a pizza, a medium or a large pizza. And now when they start taking the Mounjaro, and I remember I think his name is Jamie Seltzer. Is that his name? He was saying how he was still eating pizza and wings, but he was eating a lot less and he lost all that weight. Now he was a bigger guy to start with, so we got to give him that. He was a bigger guy, but he was saying right away, he didn't go in changing these habits and doing this and that and all that. He took the injection, he let it control his appetite. And then eventually he adopted healthy habits. And so I think that people are doing that. And I think that that's okay. And eventually you work your way into some healthier habits. But I think that that's important to adopt because we know with that new study that came out, maintaining on this baby is not easy. You got to find the right dose to maintain, right? You got to do that. You got to, once you find the right dose to maintain, then you got to make sure your calories are, you're not losing too much. That's why we're seeing those Ozempic face and the super slim bodies because people get to the point where they kind of go too far. So even in maintenance, that's still a challenge, right? And it's kind of like being on the top. I feel like maintenance is kind of like being at the top of your game with anything. Trying to stay number one, right, is hard, right? So, like let's say when I get to that 100 pounds, that's great. But then now I'm trying to lose 60 more after that. So, so I just think that we just gotta, figure this out. We got to figure this out. And so, you guys we're always been rocking with the Downsizing Diva. This is such a great group. And so, I just love that you guys are coming on and helping support me. I remember Shay, I was helping my name twin, Shay, for so long, and she surpassed me and she got in maintenance. And you know what? Instead of me saying, why isn't that me? How come I didn't lose like my name twin? I'm saying, I'm letting that inspire me, right? To like get to where she is. And I remember, I read her post last week. I almost was in tears because she was like, Diva, I, plateaued. I'm not moving. I said, stay consistent, now her life and my life is different. She could stay more consistent with it than I could. Or, our bodies are different too. I was going through so many changes and she was able to like stay consistent, push through it. I remember so many days she would write on my videos how frustrated she was. But look at her now. She's about to get her tummy tucked and she's about to get that skin tightened, baby. So she is doing it. So she's another example of consistent and being patient. So I just love that. So, we'll all get there. We're going to get there at our own pace. So, I know Anissa is in here. She's a content creator. She's going to get there at her pace where she wants to be. Vivi, you will get there at your pace where you want to be. Most of us will get there. Some of us is just going to take longer. And you know what? Not for nothing. We'll get there. It just we're not going to get there overnight. So if you want to see fast weight loss, go on TikTok. There may be people losing fast over here, content creators. I don't know. It might be. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I know for me, it's just a slow down, sister. So we'll see. I'm gonna get my buns back on track, but yeah, I gotta get to that 100 pounds on. I've had that goal. I think I said I set a goal for somebody set this goal for me. I think it was Jazzy who said maybe by your birthday, Diva, set that goal. Well, my birthday's in July. And I didn't set a goal. I said I'm not setting any more goals because I don't like to set a goal and not to get to the goal. By that time. So if I set a goal for my birthday, I want to get there because this is like the second time. Now, mind you, I didn't had deaths and all kind of things going on since then, and that just deterred me. But I'm back on track. I'm gonna get my mindset back on track. But not for nothing. I'm not emotionally eating because I'm sad or anything like that. I'm just celebrating. Yesterday I had a retirement dinner. It was a whole big spread. I didn't even eat any of it. I was up socializing, talking to folks, mingling, and I didn't eat anything. And we don't want to do that either. I thought, geez, Louise, I went all, from 11 o'clock on without eating. And I ended up drinking a protein shake when I got home. So I don't want to do that either. So you could kind of be from one extreme to another because my body is going to hold on to fat even more if I don't eat. So I just kind of have to get it right somewhere in that middle. So anyway, with that said, your birthday's in July. I love that. Oh, we could be birthday. We're birthday month twins. I love being somebody's twin, don't I? All right. So are you guys celebrating anything today? Anybody celebrating anything before we leave out of here? I want to thank Mail to the B again for the super chat. I appreciate that. The subscribers of it all. I just love that. We're going to set a goal for those subscribers. We're going to get to 10K at some point. That's a goal I want to set for myself. So yeah, I'm going to do that though when I have a chance to really sit down and just think about what is going on with my life. I got so many changes going on. So are you guys celebrating anything? Do you need help with anything before we get out of here? I don't think so. This is the best chat in all of GLP-1 land. The smartest chat, I should say. And you guys are everywhere. So you're not just here being smart. You're everywhere being smart. And we love that. If you came new to the chat, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for coming to the live stream. When I retire, I think I'm going to go live a little bit more. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I kind of have something I want to do. So we shall see, but I just love interacting with people. So that just makes my day and night. And I'm about to go to sleep. I'm going to take my magnesium and head to bed. This is what I take. That helps me sleep. And then I take my progesterone at night. And so I should be sleep by what time is it? 11:30. I'll give myself 11:30 because I gotta unwind and take my little supplements and unwind. All right. Did anybody say anything? I don't think so. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. Oh, wait. You said you're celebrating making it to the live today. Thank you. All right. So I appreciate you guys. The mindset. Yes. And we just gotta remember to stay, because most of the time you're doing the right thing. Progress, not perfection. We got to remember that. And we've got this. We have got this. Okay, so Nancy's saying her non-scale victory. Okay, getting up in the morning, thought to herself, she used to stand up and get dressed every day. She's been sitting on the bed for years. She tried it and realized you can stand up. Yay! Good job. I know that's a good feeling. Geez, Louise, let's give her some confetti. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love your sketch. The sketch of it all. Super cute. All right. Very good. All right. People are saying thank you. Great live. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Bye. And Bruce, oh my God. I just gotta, you're about that business. We gotta go out with you. Have a good night. Love you guys. Have a safe week into the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I might do a pop-up. You never know. Love you. Bye. Thank you for coming.